part where they were kissing in the field in the Bible.
Kissing in the field. Again, they're reaching, and it's annoying when you're reaching, I'm telling you. I just don't understand scripture. I just want to read things verbatim in English language and think everything is everything. Kissing in the field, right? That what you say? Kissing in the field.
Says that David
First Samuel chapter 20 and verses 40. First Samuel chapter 20 and verses. That one is of the pattern. That is why you're talking about kissing in the field. Christians are you had to be real fucking stupid. Just talk see that? I ain't wasting my time with all that again. That is it. All you? Christians. This is a Christian, and the gay pastor that teach them that on the thing too, a gay Jake, just like TD Jakes, another gay Jake, preaching homosexuality in the church. A Christian, One more time. Recognize under Christianity, signed under Christianity, and guess what? Agreed, instead of to lose the license, they agreed under Christianity. You all are literally accepting and funding these things. But we wrong. Yeah, boy. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. This is First Samuel chapter 20, verse 41. I can't disagree with you because you're not wrong. You worship a gay god, a gay idol. Push pedophilia. Practice homosexuality. And then say, we wrong. Good. We get that right? We correct? We correct so far? Good. Okay. Nice. Because we don't teach anything, Ever? Good. Perfect. Nice. Alright. First Samuel chapter 20 verses 41. Boy, watch me. Y'all are coming back from this one. Y'all are not coming back from this one. If I don't see Dwayne, we call him? Either my Dave or anybody else within this month preaching or speaking against that behavior that they're promoting, I ain't fighting on it again. Me ain't wasting no time. I say what? I agree with your adversary, right? Okay, no problem. I ain't fighting on it again. This is the only month that I have to prove myself. I don't care if I hate or I ain't hate. I don't care if I look or I ain't look. Cause I did a lesson about all that before, and I get a comment on the YouTube. So guess what? If I don't apply, and all these pastors and all these Christian people who want to agree and want to defend Christianity, if any one of you, all of us will come and board and all these things watching and sees, and all of that want to see and comment, if any one of you don't do a video against what against these homosexual pastors doing and people preaching, because y'all haven't done one. If y'all don't do one after this video, that is it there. I ain't fighting all that again. First Samuel chapter 20 and verses 41, because we will now know who you represent and who you are by your silence. And you can't say you didn't see it if you check my video. Anyways, First Samuel chapter 20 and verses 41. And as soon as the lad was gone, David arose out of a place toward the south and fell on his face to the ground and bowed himself 3 times. And they kissed him one another and wept one with another until David exceeded. Meaning until David left. NLT, which we'll go in definition too, because it said something. It says an area, a part of him grow large. So we will get that too. will get that statement too, to show the reaching aspects of your people. NLT. As soon as the boy was gone, David came out from where he had been hiding near the stone pile. Then David bowed 3 times to Jonathan with his face to the ground. Both of them were in tears as they embraced each other and said goodbye, especially David. But the kiss, it would have been a kiss of departure on the cheek. But let me go into the exceeding part. We hit that kiss after. Very important to go into that kiss because it's a culture with our people. Not no homosexual behavior. We have always been against these things. It's
Strong's
written in
age
our laws.
1431. Gadal.
This is gadal, right? Gadal, to grow, to become great, or to important, to make. It says powerful, praise, magnify, to grow, to become magnified, to cause, to grow. But let's go down. It says what? To make large, which is a statement to do what? Flee or go. As it says in various sense, as in body, it says mind or estate or honor, or what? To honor. Also in pride, advance meaning to leave, to boost, to bring up, exceed, excellent, to become, or to do, or to give, or to wax great, come to, estate, to grow up, increase, lift up. It says much, magnify, be much set by, to nourish, to pass, to promote, proudly spoken tower. Alright? Now watch this. In the same aspect. Right? Watch this. Simple. Go into it. This is not hard enough. Let's see the precept. 1 Samuel chapter 20 and verses 41. Oh boy. What? Because it shows it in the NLT. You know? Does it mean to... No, we'll go back into it. Select. Alright, we'll go back to the part. And until David exceeded. Right, and grief, and exactly exceeded, where surpassed, went further, overflow. That's what it goes into. That's what I said. And watch me, these people will say something different. So they kissed one another on the cheek, and they wept one another until David what? Exceeded, which what that means? His emotion. That way, when you go back into the word, and I had to show this because I gotta show the next part after when the gadal, so you can see yourself, not referring to anything of a sexual intent, because people again, they see a word gadal, they it means they see and they see. Nigga, it's Hebrew, you had to go to. So when I go back into it now, after understanding the great sorrow he had, and it says what? To make large in body or mind, which is your mental state, mind, estate or honor. Mind, it means what? It means he was emotionally, I would say he was crying, he was weeping. And then the word to grow large, which, now let me go into it. As you say, to go up, so you can see it yourself, how it applies to Samuel. The phrase David exceeded comes from this Hebrew root. Like I said, idea. It is not saying David grew up in the moment. It's saying his emotions became, like I said, his mind, his mental state. His emotions became greater, intensified. Why is that? Because David and Jonathan were brothers, friends to brothers. Jonathan displayed the perfect essence of what it means to love your brother. This is why David was so upset. He wept because it was a farewell until they would have to meet again. But you know what? Let me reach and let me talk about the kiss. Let me finish. We talk about the kiss part after. So that means that this is for the Hebrew root idea. You have to understand the Hebrew. You just go back into the surface and think that is what it means. You're serious? The scriptures never promoted homosexuality. So why would you see this as a homosexual act or action in the scriptures? Especially with the king of Israel, David, and his friend, Jonathan. Make it make sense. Are you applying Isaiah 8 and 20? Because it doesn't seem that you are. If you had, you wouldn't have this in your mind. Let's keep going. We ain't gonna stop. So David weeping grew greater. He greatly wept. His emotions grew. His mental state was high. Like I said, he cried more. A good example to that. I could remember when my mother, a very good example to that. I could remember when my mother was going away to America. Now, I never knew about the plane thing until, that situation. So when she was going away to America, she was going to come back, right? But she was going away. And when we reached by, it was already crying in the vehicle to drop she up to the airport. And when we reached by the airport, the cries intensified. We couldn't stop crying. We grabbed onto your mother and didn't want to let she go. Literally. Did not want to let her go. I don't want to cry until we wet up she clothes and she had to go and get a next shirt in she suitcase to change. The emotions were so great. That we mother. We couldn't stand to see her go. We wasn't not it is. We was not away from her before. So when that had taken place, it would have caused us to wept or to weep. And for 3 weeks she went. For the first 2 days we cried. I can remember that, me and my brother. And then it started gradually go. Every time we think about your mother, my child here, she was calling every day and comfort me. And as she come off the phone, it was tears. After that we get back to normal. Children playing and this and that fade after a time. This is what it's going into. Not what you think it is. Look right here. Think of it like this. Some root word, different extent. A child grows up, physical growth. A nation becomes great, status and growth. Emotions equals intensify or overflow. In this verse, it's emotional increase. Simple breakdown. Gadal here, David's grief increased beyond Jonathan's. His crying become greater. His crying, like I said, you see? His crying became greater, heavier, and stronger. Bottom line, you are correct. The gadal involves growth, but in 1 Samuel chapter 20 verses 41, it means David's emotion grew to a greater level, not physical growth but intensity and magnitude. Now, let's address the kissing part, like you said. And they kissed, and they were kissing in the field to make it look as though it's something homosexual. Let me continue to the next part, yes? Because this is going to be nice and sweet.